H. Richard Niebuhr envisioned Elmhurst University as an ever-widening circle. That was the first thing I remember being told during my orientation to the university in August 2015. I had no idea what it meant. My mind was too overwhelmed with the biggest change that I had ever been through in my entire life. I figured I would learn about the ever-widening circle somewhere else down the line. My name is Jordan Stibal, and I graduated with my bachelor's in 2019, and I'm going to share with you how one class changed my life for the absolute better. While the world may be small, as one Disney song suggests, your world is actually supposed to grow, and it grows through three critical aspects of one's life: perspective, service, and connection. Both 2020 and 2021 were transformative years. In this time of reckoning, many of us reflected on how we want to be better people. We've evaluated every critical aspect of our lives: how we view the world, how we view others, and especially how we view the privilege in our lives. But here's a mic drop. Perspective also relates to privilege. Everyone sees the world differently based on the experiences you've had in life, the hand you were dealt. It's what we do with our privilege that matters. The ultimate use of privilege is in service and connection. If you have privilege, how do you serve others? Do you use your privilege to connect others to job referrals? Are you able to give someone study tips or be a tutor? How is someone able to help you? How can you maximize all the well-earned connections to get that coveted graduate school recommendation? Who is the best connection to recommend you for a leadership position on campus? In the solid base of connections that you have created, who is best suited for a job referral? Privilege is about service to others and sharing your wealth and resources. You create connections by this share. You never know the difference you can make in someone's life and in the world because you gave of yourself and those created connections. I was a big achiever in high school, and after my first week at Elmhurst, I set numerous goals on what I wanted to accomplish. Highly coveted leadership positions, involvement in clubs and organizations, maybe perhaps joining Greek life down the line. I figured it was easy the last time. I'm a hard worker and I'm a good student. How difficult can it be? It was anything but easy. In fact, it was the most difficult period of my life. I was shot down from holding leadership positions repeatedly. Not ready, not qualified, not the right fit for our group. And it was like that for about 2.5 years. Needless to say, my self-esteem wasn't benefiting from any of these situations, because no matter how hard I worked to improve after every interview, no matter how hard I worked to stand out from the crowd, no matter how hard I worked to get more involved on campus, it felt like it was never enough. And therefore, I was never enough. While others around me got those same opportunities, what felt like the snap of their fingers, I was constantly met with obstacles despite my hard work. And for this go-getter, it hit hard, like a ton of bricks. During that time, I was taking my service learning course, Spanish 302, with Dr. Beatriz Gomez. I had never taken a class like that before, let alone even heard of service learning. Service learning is an educational approach where students learn theories in the classroom and at the same time volunteer at an agency, usually a nonprofit or a social service group, and they participate in reflection activities that deepen their understanding of what is being taught. According to the Journal of Active Learning in Higher Education, research shows that students who participated in service learning self-reported greater improvement in civic responsibility, interpersonal skills, and academic development. I chose to do my service learning at an after-school center 15 minutes away from campus. The young students that attended came from working lower-class families. Many of their parents worked long hours to support them, to put food on the table, a place over their heads. Many of their parents also struggled learning a second language and couldn't assist their child with homework. It was during that difficult period of my life where I realized that it wasn't about what I didn't have. My perspective changed to, what can I do for others to benefit their lives? There was no extrinsic reward. The reward that came from it was knowing that I helped a student with homework or even made them smile. I left each day I volunteered a better person than when I walked in. And that's when I had my aha moment. I realized that just as the students needed extra support, I too needed that same support. I worked with Dr. Gomez and Dr. Tina Kazan, and they helped me become the person I wanted to be. I owe them so much for them helping me build my self-esteem back up again, and for all of their support. Just as Dr. Kazan and Dr. Gomez used their privileges as professors to help their students succeed, I used my privilege too, and I began to help others. I joined Best Buddies. I hosted a student for a visit on campus. I aided students and visitors when I worked at the front desk at the Frick Center. And as a sorority member, I collected books for under-resourced schools. By connecting through increased service, I changed as a person and people noticed. I became more of a leader on campus. I secured 2 internships in a matter of months. I became president of the Foreign Language Honor Society, and 2 of the biggest goals I had as a first year were being a finalist for both the Founders Award and Senior of the Year. I'm pleased and proud to say that I reached both of those goals by the time I was a senior. The connections I've made at Elmhurst University have helped me immensely. I've come to rely on this ever-widening circle and the connections as I move forward in my chosen career. And in my current place of employment, I use my privilege to inspire others to give from their heart, whether that be rebuilding a community after a devastating natural disaster, or those who have fled their homes looking for safety and security during a really difficult time. I've come to rely on these connections and the connections of my colleagues, but I've also made connections with many people around the world who want to make the world a better place because of their service and through their service. Perspective, connection, and service, they all relate to the ever-widening circle in your life. When you keep perspective in the forefront of your mind and help one another connect through service, you will succeed not just in the professional world, but also in life. I'm so grateful to finally understand what H. Richard Niebuhr said all those years ago. And I'm grateful for my ever-widening circle. Thank you.